Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the Rocks Total Entertainment, coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Tonight is a special on the Rocks. I just got back from Sydney, Australia, and I met some amazing artists there. And tonight is no exception. Tonight, I'm going to be talking to the lead singer of Temtris. She's from Sydney. I actually got to meet her in Utopia Records, which is an amazing record store in Sydney. So tonight we're going to talk to her and we're going to get to know Temtris. So let's just sit back. It's really a midday Wednesday in Australia, so hang tight. Here she is, live from Sydney, Australia. Genevieve, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can see you though.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Carol?
I am great. It is 1 o'clock in the morning here in Las Vegas. So I'm so glad to talk to you because when I met you at Utopia Records, I wanted to have a full interview with you right then and there. So,
it would have been full on.
No, and then it was funny that night we got to hang out at the Kings of Thrash. I'm wearing my Kings of Thrash shirt here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have an amazing history. Got to read your EPK.
Yeah.
And yeah, you formed this band you got into this in 2002. So you've really put a lot of your heart and soul into this.
Yeah, my whole life has been about music, pretty much.
It's great. So let's start from the beginning. What made you get into this crazy business?
Look, I joined my first band at 14 years old. I was doing singing lessons and I actually learnt guitar first and then realized when I'd sit in my bedroom I could actually sing. So then I went and did some singing lessons.
Right.
My singing teacher wanted me to do opera and I was like, nah, I'm not into opera. I was into being Gunners and all that stuff was coming out then, Appetite for Destruction, Skid Row, all those bands were huge and that was my thing. And a band needed a singer and I tried out and joined them, and before I knew it, and that was actually Anthony Fox, our guitarist now, that was his band. I joined his band back then. So pretty much, yeah, did my first gig at 14 and been going ever since.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, Sydney, Australia really made an impression on me when I was there. You guys know how to thrash. Compared to the US, we're great at thrashing and rocking and stuff like that, but there's just something about Sydney and just
Aussie their thrash.
and I felt in that club when I was standing next to you, we were watching the show, we were watching Livewire, and yeah, it just totally made an impression on me. I can't wait to go back.
Awesome.
Hopefully next year.
Definitely should come back.
Yeah.
Definitely should.
Everybody was so nice there. Your band is really killer. And the songs that you sent me, oh my God. Your vocals are like crazy ridiculous. I
have a big voice.
you have a very powerful voice. You really, when someone listens to your stuff, they command your attention because you got mine. I've been listening to those songs on my lunch break. I'm like, wow. Killer.
Yeah, well, that's, like I said, that's why my singing teacher wanted me to do opera, because I had such a big voice, but it was really, like I said, I loved all those early 80s and 90s bands
Right.
that came out, the metal stuff, but it wasn't really till I heard Bruce Dickinson, I was like, yeah, that's more my style. And then I got into Jeff Tate
Right.
and yeah, just all that big vocal, that power vocal, but I like that little bit of grit in there as well, where there's a lot of girls doing either that death metal or symphonic metal. I wanted to be more just that power metal vocal style that you hear the fellas doing.
Right.
So
Yeah, you're
yeah,
definitely, I mean, of course, we know other vocalists, and I'm not going to compare them to you because you definitely have your own style.
yeah.
And I mean, you have played with some amazing bands. Like you've played
We
with
had some,
Loudness. You've
yeah.
I have my list here, sorry. You've played with
Yeah.
Girl School. What a great band.
Yeah.
I used to listen to Girl School in the 80s before anybody knew who they were.
Yeah. Great people too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just incredible the experiences that you've had. Now, why don't we talk a little bit about now, are you going to be coming out with a full album?
We released a full album this year in April.
Okay.
So end of March, April. So we just toured that through Australia. We had shows we played all throughout Australia, and that's why this in September we're heading over to UK and Europe to play some of this album and our previous releases. So that's part of that tour.
Yeah,
So
and
this
I
is
saw, yeah,
the
like I
seventh
said,
album. Yeah.
your music is killer. I would love to see you come to the US.
We do get asked that a lot, and it's on our list to do. It's definitely something I would love to get over and play over for you guys. I think we do have a smallish following over there, not a huge one, but it would be cool to get over and actually expand our reach by, I think we'd probably have to jump on a couple of other decent band shows to just get the
Right.
attention. Yeah.
Now, okay, so you're on Facebook. Now, are you
Yes.
on Instagram as well?
Sure am.
Okay. What about
Yep.
TikTok?
No, I don't have TikTok actually. We've got,
Okay.
like I said, we've got website, Instagram, Facebook,
Right. Okay.
but no
So
TikTok. Yeah.
I always have I have this conversation with Matt from Simple Stone. So I'm gonna kind of go over a little bit of this with you as well. Because I'm a promoter and I'm a rock journalist here in the US.
Yep.
Let me tell you, TikTok is the hottest platform for music.
Oh,
Rock
actually, yes,
metal.
I do have TikTok. Sorry, I was thinking of Twitter. Yes, I do have
Oh,
TikTok, but
you do.
I only
Okay,
just started using it recently, so I haven't
right.
got
So I'm gonna
some videos in there.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple tips. When you're doing your hashtags, make sure you not only put for you put metal for you.
Metal for you. Okay.
Okay.
I remember.
And then you're going to put rock for you. Because
Okay.
there are certain triggers in the algorithms that I'm trying to get these bands more how they say, on the feeds. So yeah, I
Cool.
mean, yeah, visually, I saw your videos on YouTube. Oh my God. I mean, killer. I mean, I'm so excited for this UK tour for you. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about it?
UK tour. Yeah, we're leaving fly out of Australia on the 11th of September, and we've got 4 shows in the UK. We're actually playing at the Carts and Horses where Iron Maiden started, so that's going to be really cool to play there. We're playing in Sheffield, Manchester, and also at the Pig Hastings.
Okay.
And then we're flying over then we're actually driving over, heading up to Belgium to play in Belgium.
Oh wow.
Switzerland, across to Austria, and then
Yeah.
4 dates.
And
Yeah,
2 days in Germany.
Yeah, 2 shows in
Right?
Germany, which would be really cool. Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
So can't wait.
this is such an exciting time for
Yep.
your band.
Yep.
I mean, unbelievable.
Yep.
Now, I mean,
keen.
okay, this is what I want to ask you. What do you love about music?
Probably the community. I love the fact that it connects. Like, we walk into a record store and we meet and start chatting. You wouldn't get that without music, would you?
No,
and that's something
not at
about
all.
metal. Metalheads, you'll see a metalhead with, you know, a metal shirt on, you'll be like, hey, yeah, that band's cool, and start talking. So I think it's that whole side of it. There's something about metalheads that are just open to anybody, and they just become part of the family. So it's really cool. I do love that about the music.
Yeah, I think, metal in general and this type of genre, we're all a family.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was welcomed so much in Australia. I had a lot of my followers find me at Kings of Thrash. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, Sarah Malton, you know her. Yeah, she was there. I'm like,
Yeah.
I felt like I was at home. I swear to
That's cool.
God. It
That's
was
really cool.
great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. So how do you now when you write songs, let me ask you this. What is your process?
Look, we always have a theme for an album before we write, a bit of an idea of where we want to go. And that helps us come up with song ideas. But the boys always have a few riffs. They're very riff driven with songs. You've got to have that riff that catches people. And we like a melody. You like to have a good hook melody as well, that especially with choruses and stuff, you want something that's going to grab people. So a lot of it is about getting the music down first. It's not often we do lyrics first. I did with our track Forever. I actually wrote that came up with some ideas for lyrics and wrote that, then gave it to the boys and they wrote music. But usually the fellas will have riffs and music that they want to work with, and then I will, listen to the track and play it over and over, and I'll get a melody line of how I think the chorus should sound. And we've got like our last album that we just released was Chaos Divine, which was a concept album, and that's pretty
great.
much about,
I love that song, man.
Oh yeah, about working to death, basically.
I know,
which is what,
right?
so
We're all doing it.
Yeah, so we literally do usually have some sort of theme we want to go with each album, and that helps us create, because we like to do the whole visual thing with the artwork, the photos. We like to have a whole story package. It's not just about just the songs or the music. So,
which is great, and that's what a lot of bands are kind of going in that direction. It's not just about a song; it's about what is behind it. And I just love those type of bands because there's always a story to be told. And you definitely have a lot of stories to be told with your music. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the rest of the people in your band?
Well, we've got Anthony Fox on guitar, who is actually my partner as well. And like I said, I joined his band at 14. We just gigged together for years and then finally hooked up and started Temtris. And yeah, so he's probably him and myself are the main members of Temtris. We've got Nicholas Bolan on drums, and he actually previously played for Metallica cover band show here in Australia. So he's an amazing drummer. And once we grabbed him, he had 2 weeks to learn our songs, and then he had to play for us for girls' school. So he had 2 rehearsals, and then we threw him on stage for a major show. So shows how good he is. Nadi Nurisan is on guitar. He is an absolute wizard on guitar and can play piano and lots of other things. He actually does some amazing music writing, and he helped contribute a lot to the latest album. And then we've got Varney, who is our newest member of Temtris, who's on bass, and he joined us when Nick left us to kick off Livewire as push his project a bit further. So Varney replaced Nick, yeah.
Yeah, and Nick, I mean, we had kind of briefly had that conversation when we were there. He is an amazing vocalist.
He is.
I loved his band, and I need to get a hold of him. So we're gonna talk like when we're off the air, but I need to contact him because I definitely want him to come on as well. Now, awesome. What do you think about the Australian music scene in general?
Oh, it's definitely changed over the years. The local music scene used to be bigger, but a lot of those people who started off like on my age bracket have all got kids now. They're all working. They're all busy. Costs, as you know, living has gone through the roof. So people have limited funds to go out and see just local bands. It costs a fortune to go just to the pub and watch a band these days. Drinks are expensive, tickets are expensive. So all that stuff has made an impact on the scene. We lost a lot of venues through COVID, which didn't help. We lost quite a few venues through that and shut down. Places get knocked down, turn into apartments. It probably happens with you guys overseas as well.
I mean, yeah.
So, I mean, it used to be bigger, but having said that, we had Knotfest here this year, and Megadeth came over and played, and we had all the big bands here, and it was a sold out show. So you wonder where those people are at local shows. They go to these huge festivals, but it's hard to get those people to the local shows. There are still your hardcore fans that come to all the local shows, and most of us know everybody and know each other, and have for years and years, and all, we're all good mates.
Right.
It's just a shame. You wonder how you get that reach of everyone that follows the festival circuit, and you pull them out to get them to local shows. I think that's the hardest part with the local scene.
Yeah. And I think the local scene, it's pretty much generalized, especially here as well. I do a lot of promotion for Kings of Thrash, as well as Dead Groove, Fred Aking's other side project with his girlfriend Holly West. So yeah, I mean, you have to keep the promo going. You have to keep the music alive, and that's what you're doing. You can't forget about bands. You have to you have to support. If it's not for the supporters, what else is gonna, who else is gonna do it? And that's what I love about my platform, because I support everybody.
Yeah,
As many
that's amazing.
people as I can.
Yeah, and you need that. I think it's where with the music scene, everybody counts, no matter how small or how big. That's what makes the scene what it is. And I think everyone needs to realize that if you can even just turn up at a show, or if you can buy that band's CD that comes out, or or even at least share their poster, everybody can help keep it alive. And you don't have to do a lot. Every bit helps. So
yeah. And a lot of these bands are really making it on their merch alone. So you can't forget about the merch, because the merch helps support you guys to get on the road.
That's pretty much what keeps bands going these days. So
right,
with the internet, having you got your Spotify music, getting your CD sales is not so easy anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Now, when you're hitting the road on this tour, I hope you guys are going to be filming some stuff.
Yeah, we plan to be filming. We're actually hoping to film a few shows, live stream a few shows, and we'll be posting photos of us on the road. I'm going to have fun we've got to get a car from Paris and learn to drive left-hand drive, because as you know, in Australia on right.
I know.
So I've got to learn to drive the other side, gear change the other way around, and then get to England and be on the other side of the road again.
Wow. My God, I was afraid. I got to tell you, somebody said, "Are you going to run a car in Sydney?" I'm like, hell no.
Well, I'm feeling like that.
Like, there's no way. I'm drunk while I'm there. So thanks to the Uber drivers in Australia, because they carted my ass around. That's
good. So we'll be filming the experience. It's definitely once in a lifetime opportunity for us. And you just don't know, with stuff that's going on in the world today, you don't know if you're going to get a chance to do this again. You just don't know anymore. I think that's the scary part.
You really want to hone in and take advantage of every second that you guys can. And I will definitely, you keep sending me stuff. I can keep promoting it as well.
Awesome.
And because there's fans from all over the world that follow me. So awesome. You never know. So
we are actually
get the word out,
We're releasing another lyric video, which is the song I sent you, The Lies Become the Truth. We're releasing a lyric video on Saturday. We made one just to help with the promo of the tour. So I'll send you that when it's ready to go.
Very good. Because I love your YouTube stuff.
Awesome.
I mean, it's killer. Now, who directed that? Did you direct it, or?
Which video? Which one?
The one that's on YouTube, the one that I saw.
That would have been Chaos. Oh, Chaos Divine or Eternal Death Machine.
Yeah.
Chaos Divine. Yeah. That was actually made. That was actually made by a company in the US. That one, the Chaos Divine video clip. Yeah, we just had some footage that we all put together and sent it over to them. Our record company, Wormhole Death, worked with them and got that video up ready for us. So it came out really, really cool. But
Yeah,
hopefully have another one on the weekend for you.
that's awesome. What record label are you guys on?
Wormhole Death from Italy.
Okay, very cool. Now, how long have
Carlo.
you been with them?
This is our second album with them. We released, which is this picture behind me.
Oh, I love it.
This there, that's our Ritual Warfare album. So we released that one. That's got a lot more thrashier, faster tracks on that one. That was our bit of our fast album. We like changing it up a bit.
Right.
So
of
yeah,
course.
we're on our second album with Wormhole Death, and they've really been an amazing company. And I would recommend anyone that works with them. Carlo and his work partner Natasha are just amazing. Been really happy with them. So
Well, that's great. Now, what are some of your influences?
oh, well, like I said, I love my classic stuff like your Megadeth and your Iron Maiden and all things like that. But I love bands like Flotsam and Jetsam. I love Annihilator. I love Metal Church. I love bands like Halloween, Primal Fear, and I even love heavier stuff like Carcass and Death.
Hey, don't forget the Kings of Thrash.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a big fan of Queensryche, of course, because I love Jeff Tate's vocals. But yeah, I love Creator. I love Exodus. I'm one of those people that loves, if it's got a bit of a hook riff and a melody, you win me over. So
Right. And it's funny. Remember, I told you that lead singer from Livewire sounds like the guy from Exciter. They're they're coming to Vegas.
Oh wow. Okay, there you go.
So I'm gonna go because I love that band.
Yeah. They're definitely old school.
Yeah, they're definitely old school too, old school metal. And
that's right.
you guys open for Metal Church as well. What a great band. They're coming back.
Coming back. Yeah, I'm friends with Stet and I'm also friends with Mark. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing Mark sing this time because it'll change. Yeah. Having him up front. So I've got their album, which I'm actually thrashed out a few times, quite like their new album. So it'd be awesome to see it live.
Yeah, they're a great band. I actually saw one of the last shows that they did with the original lineup. And I actually have that last video on my TikTok. And I get so many people saying, "Oh my God, thank you for this footage," because there isn't any footage out there. And I'm looking forward to them coming back.
They sold out here, their show here in Sydney last time they came. It was literally, they played the same venue we saw Kings of Thrash, and the lineup was down the road to get in. It was that packed.
Oh,
it
wow.
Was literally down the road. So yeah, and people got in, some people even got in late because it took that long to get everyone squashed into that venue.
Kings of Thrash, let me tell you, that show was packed in there.
Yeah, it was packed. It was great.
Yeah.
Good night.
The guys loved it. They loved playing Crowbar. It's a great venue.
Yeah, we've played there a few times. It's lots of fun, that venue.
Yeah, very nice. And I'd like to see, next time I come, I'd like to see some of the other venues in Sydney.
Yeah, there's a few close to that area that are quite big venues for. We've got the Manning Bar, which a lot of bands play at, and the Metro is another one right in the city, not far from Utopia, which is another big one that like Ross the Boss has played the Metro and places like that. So yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So before I let you go, why don't you give us all your social media where people can find your music at?
Yeah, look, you can jump on the Temtris website at www.temtris.com. There is no P in Temtris, which gets people all the time.
I'm sure it does. It got me at first. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit like, I can't find you. It's like,
don't P. Got it right away after that. I'm like, but your stuff is amazing.
So yeah, you can jump on there. We've got some of our film clips on there. Then we've got our YouTube channel, the Temtris YouTube channel. We've also got the band Instagram page, and then I've got my own Metal Temtris Instagram page. We've got a TikTok I run where I throw the band stuff up with the boys. When they rehearse and do things, I chuck up their solos and stuff. And yeah, got my own Facebook page, which I've set up as a follow page because I've got so many people on there now.
I
was
know.
either start another page or change it. So
Yeah, it took me, when I got back, I'm like, I gotta find this girl. I mean, I was like, I was starting to panic. I'm like, there she is. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, no. So yeah, there's plenty of places to check us out. And like I said, our Facebook page will be launching, and the YouTube channel, that lyric video on Saturday. So if people want to check it out, they can.
Yeah, for sure. And I want you to definitely keep in touch with us. I mean, I'm looking forward to some live footage, you
Yep.
know, on the road, what you guys are doing. Even some of the funniest moments, definitely catch those, because
Yeah.
let me tell you, your fans want to see that.
Yeah, me gear shifting on the wrong side.
Right.
Uh,
Honking at you. She's not driving.
yeah, I'm a bit worried about those big roundabouts.
I know, right? Well, it was great talking to you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yep.
No, it's late here, but hey, I'm off tomorrow, so hey.
I really appreciate it, Carol, that you've taken the time to come and say hi and have a chat with us.
And definitely we'll keep in touch. And I'll have you on again as well. Maybe after the tour we'll kind of reconvene, and
Yeah,
we
cool.
can talk about your experiences. And 24 is right around the corner, my friend.
Yeah, scary, hey.
I know, right? I was thinking of that
Yeah.
today. I'm like, because we're already seeing bookings for 24. I mean,
Yeah, you see all the
bands
festivals
are,
and
bands aren't
Yeah.
moving around now. They're already booking next year.
Yeah, I can't keep up. Trying to plan ahead is so hard for bands. It's got to be
Oh
miles
yeah.
ahead.
I mean,
Yeah.
trust me. I have a full week ahead. There's some weeks where I don't have anything, but then at last minute I'll get a DM. Hey, can you cover my show? Hey, can you be here? I'm like, whoa, I can't be at two places at one time, but hey, you know, but hey, it's rock and roll. And I'm so happy that I became friends with you in Sydney. And let's stay in touch.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Carol.
And good luck on the road, man. I can't wait to hear all about it.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
See you later. Cheers.
Okay, bye. Okay, great. Genevieve, what an Temptress. This band is hitting the road, hitting it hard in Europe and Australia and England and the UK. So we're definitely going to keep in touch with her. She has an amazing voice. If you want to check her out, definitely go to spotify.com and put in Temptress. And that's Temtris. Temptress. Anyway, thanks for watching Special on the Rocks live from Sydney, Australia. And I will be back at you soon. Always like and follow On the Rocks Total Entertainment. Thanks again, and we'll talk soon.